Fine, guys. Let me go and open one notepad. First, let me open one notepad. And let me keep here. What is the agenda for today's classes? What is the agenda for today's classes? So in today's class, we'll go and discuss about introduction to Microsoft Power Platform. So in today's class, in the next coming 60 minutes of time, we are going to discuss in detail about what is Microsoft Power Platform, guys, right? So now, what are the different points we are going to cover now in today's classes? The first point to understand what is Power Platform. The second point to understand about uh, what we can do with the help of Power Platform software. And the next point to understand who will use the Power Platform software. And also we'll understand who will hire Power Platform developers. So these are all the points. Which we are going to discuss now in today's class. So first of all, let me go and list out all those different points here, guys. First of all, let me go and list out all those different points here. So the first point to understand what is Power Platform. Let me list out all the different points. The second point to understand about what is business applications. What is meant by business applications. And the third point to understand about how to implement. Let me keep here. How to implement the business applications using Power Platform software. How to implement the business applications using Power Platform software. And also the next point to understand Power Platform architecture. Power Platform architecture. So what is the architecture of Microsoft Power Platform? Let me show you. Let me open the architecture, guys. So this is what the architecture of Microsoft Power Platform. So you'll understand, guys. You'll understand the architecture by the end of this today's class. By the end of this today's class, you people will come to know what is the architecture of Microsoft Power Platform, right? Fine. So these are all the points which I'm going to cover now in today's class, right? Now, among all those points, first let's start discussing about what is Power Platform. Now try to understand, guys. For now, at an high level, just keep in mind what we can do with the help of Power Apps. For now, just keep in mind at a high level what we can do with the help of Power Platform software. So Power Platform is used for what, guys? So now let me list out all the points. So within the Power Platform, we can create apps. Within the Power Platform, we can do what? We can create apps. And next, within the Power Platform, we can create some websites. We can create what? Websites. And within the Power Platform, we can create the chatbots. And within the Power Platform, we can do some automations. We can do what? Automation. And within the Power Platform, we can store the data. It acts as one of the data source. And within the Power Platform, we can do what? Data analysis. We can do what? Data analysis. So these are all the 6 things, or the 6 applications which we are able to implement within the Power Platform, guys. So within the Power Platform, what we can do? Within the Power Platform, we are able to create apps. We can create some websites, and we can create the chatbot, and we can do some automations. We can store the data, and also we can do what? Data analysis. So how to implement all the 6 things within the Power Platform, you'll understand, guys. I'll discuss. By the end of this today's class, you'll come to know how to implement all the 6 components within the Power Platform. And also we'll understand why we need to implement them. Why we need to go and implement all the 6 components within the Power Platform, right? Fine, okay. Now, along with this, we'll understand 2 more points now in today's class. The next point we'll understand about, that is who will use the Power Platform software. Who will use what? Power Platform software. Along with this, we'll understand the next point, that is who will hire the Power Platform developers. Who will hire whom? Who will hire the Power Platform developers, right? Fine. So these are all the points which I'm going to discuss now in today's class, guys. So what I did now, I'm listing out all the different points which I'm going to cover. So each and every point I'm going to discuss in a detailed way. Each and every point I'll discuss in a detailed way, right? Fine. So now, among all those different points, first let me go and discuss about who will use Power Platform and who will hire the Power Platform developers. First, we'll understand about what? Who will use the Power Platform and who will hire the Power Platform developers. Now try to understand, guys. Now, who will use the Power Platform software? Who will use the Power Platform software? Let us say, if there is any company, what the companies will do? The companies will do what? They'll do some business. As we know that the companies will do some business, right? Now, let's take an example, guys. Let's take an example of well-known companies for us. So let's take Amazon. It is one company. They're doing some business. What business? E-commerce business. And let's take some other company like ICICI. It is one company. They're doing some business. What business? Something like banking business. And if you take some other company like Swiggy is one company. They're doing some business. What business? Some food business, right? So like this, if you take any company, whatever the company it is, they'll do what? They'll do some business. Now, let's take an example of Amazon here. So Amazon is one company, guys. Now they are doing what business? E-commerce business, right? Nowadays, they are doing the e-commerce business. Now try to understand, guys. Do you people think that Amazon company directly they started doing the e-commerce business? Do you people think that Amazon company directly they started doing the e-commerce business? No. No, guys. Directly they are not able to start doing the business. And if you take ICICI is there. ICICI is one company. They are doing what business? Some banking business. Now, do you think that ICICI company will directly start doing the banking business? No. Even if you take Swiggy is doing some food business, right? Do you think that Swiggy company that directly started doing the food business? No, guys. So before going to start the business, what business? Now, what the companies need to do? Before going to start the business, the companies need to go and implement. Companies need to go and implement some business, or companies need to implement some applications, guys. Before going to start the business, what the companies need to do? Companies need to go and implement some applications, right? Okay. So still now what we understand? That before going to start the business, what the companies need to do? The companies need to go and implement what? Applications. The companies need to implement some applications before going to start the business. Now, what applications the companies need to implement here? They need to go and implement what applications means? Business applications, guys. Let me copy and paste this point here. So what applications the companies need to implement here? Business applications, right? Okay. We understand before going to start the business, the companies need to go and implement what? Business applications. So to start the business, first of all, we need to have the business applications, guys. Now, the next point we need to understand what are called as business applications. Okay, to start the business, you need to have some business applications. Now, what are called as business applications, guys? Let me give the example. Let's take Amazon is there. They're doing the e-commerce business, right? So to do this business, Amazon company also will have some business applications, guys. So let me give an example. What are the different types of business applications we'll have here is? Let me give the example. Let's take apps. Now, if you observe, Amazon company will have some app or not? Yes, Amazon company will have some apps. So app is one of the business application, guys, right? And next, Amazon company will have the website or not? Yes. So website is also one of the business application. So nowadays they are creating the chatbots. They are creating what? Chatbots. Now chatbot is also one of the business application. And then Amazon company will go into the automations or not? Yes, they'll do the automations. Amazon company, they'll do what? they'll go and do the automations, right? So to perform the automations, we need to have some other application. And also, Amazon company will have the data. So they need to store the data. To store the data, they need to have some data sources. So data sources is also one of the business application. And also companies will do what? Companies will go and analyze the business data. Companies will do what? They'll do what? Data analysis. And also companies will do what? Data analysis. Data analysis means what? Analyzing the business data case. So now, if you take any companies, whether Amazon, ICICI, Swiggy, Zomato, Flipkart, any company if you take, so there is no doubt the companies will have these applications, guys. These are all comes under where? Business applications. So app is one of the business application. Website is one of the business application. Chatbot is one of the business application. Automation is one of the business application. Data source, data analysis, all this comes under the business applications. Let me give simple example. Whatever the applications you are using in your business, within the business, those are all comes under the business applications, guys, right? So now, as I said that, before going to start the business, the companies need to do what? They need to go and implement what? They need to go and implement what? Applications. What applications? Business applications. Now, what are called as business applications? These are all comes under the business applications, right? Okay. So now we understand what is meant by business applications, guys. Now my requirement, I need to go and implement. I need to go and implement all these business applications, guys. I need to do what? I need to go and implement all these business applications, right? So to implement all the business applications, what the software we are using here is, I'm going to use what? Power Platform. So let me go and mention that point here, guys. So in order to go and implement the business applications, what the software we are using here? Power Platform software, right? Okay, fine. So now here we understand who will use Power Platform. Who will use it? Who will use the Power Platform? If there is any company, if the company is doing some business, then before going to start the business, what the companies need to do? Companies need to implement some business applications. What are called as business applications? Apps, websites, these are all comes under business applications. To implement the business applications, what software the companies are using here? Power Platform. What software the companies are using? Power Platform, right? Okay, we understand who will use it. Companies will use. And also one more point we understand, guys. Power Platform is used for what? So Power Platform is used for what now? It is used to implement the business applications. One more point we understand, Power Platform is used for what? It is used to implement the business applications, right? Okay. So now the next point we'll understand here, who will hire the Power Platform developers now? Who will hire whom? Power Platform developers. So now for this question also the answer will be same, guys. For this question also the answer will be same. So who will hire the Power Platform developers means which company, whichever the company is using the Power Platform software, whichever the company is using what? Power Platform software to implement what? Business applications. To implement what? Business applications. Now the same company will go and hire whom? The same company will go and hire the Power Platform developers. The same company will go and hire whom? Power Platform developers. So let me go and mention that point here, guys. Who will hire the Power Platform developers means which company is using the Power Platform software? The same companies will go and hire the Power Platform developers. Okay, fine. So now, why these companies are hiring the Power Platform developers? Why these companies will go and hire them? Why these companies will go and hire the Power Platform developers, guys? Because Power Platform developers will go and work with which software? Power Platform developers will go and work with which software? Power Platform software. So with the help of Power Platform software, Power Platform developers will do what? Power Platform developers will go and implement what? Business applications. So once after implementing the business applications, then with the help of the business applications, what the companies are doing? Companies are doing what? Business, right? So clearly we understand who will use Power Platform and who will hire the Power Platform developers, right? Fine. Okay. And also one more point we understand. Power Platform is used for what? Power Platform is used to implement the business applications. So now let me go and mention that point here, guys. So as we come to know, nowadays companies are using them. using the Power Platform software, Power Platform software to implement the business applications. Nowadays, companies are using the Power Platform software to implement what? Business applications, right? Okay, fine, good. And now, next my requirement from here, we need to understand two more points, guys. Now, what we need to understand from here, we need to understand two more points. What I need to understand here is, so the first point I need to understand here is, if you observe here, I said that before going to start the business, what the companies need to do? Before going to start the business, companies need to do what? They need to go and implement some applications. What applications? Business applications. So I said that before going to start the business, what the companies need to do? Companies need to go and implement some applications, right? So now what is the need? So why the companies need to implement these business applications before going to start the business? What is the need of them? What is the need of them? What is the need of business applications? This is the first point we need to understand. Why the companies will go and implement the business applications before going to start the business? What's the need? And the second point we'll understand how to implement this business applications using Power Platform. Second point we'll understand how to implement these business applications using what? Power Platform. This is the second point we need to understand, guys. These 2 points I need to understand here now, right? So let me go and keep those 2 points here. The first point I need to understand, what is the need of business applications? What is the need of business applications? And the second point we need to understand how to implement the business applications using Power Platform software. How to implement the business applications using what? Power Platform software. Right? Fine. Okay. Right. Okay. Fine, guys. So now, first, let me go and discuss about what is the need of business applications. Why the companies need to implement the business applications before going to start the business. What's the need of them? Let me keep here. So what is the need of business applications is, business applications are used to, these are used to implement or streamline. These are used to implement or streamline the business process of an organization. Simple. What is the need of business applications means? Business applications are used to implement or streamline. Now, what you want to streamline, guys? I want to streamline the business process of the organization. So now, try to understand every organization means companies, guys. Every company, they will have some business process. There is no doubt in that. Every company will have some business process. Now, my requirement, I want to streamline that business process. Whatever the business process will have, I want to streamline the complete business process now. So whenever if you want to streamline or implement the complete business process of the organization, then must and should we need to go and use what? Business applications, guys. So with the help of these business applications only, we are able to streamline the business process of what? Organizations, right? So now we understand what is the need of business applications, guys. Business applications are used for what? These are used to streamline what? Business process, right? Fine, okay. And now the next point we need to understand here, here I used one word called business process, guys. So what is meant by business process? Now I used one word called what? Business process. Now what is meant by business process? Try to understand, guys. Business process will involves in multiple activities. It involves in multiple activities, tasks and rules that are used to implement the process of an organization. So business process means what, guys? Business process, it involves in multiple activities. Business process will involves in what? It involves in multiple activities, multiple tasks. While doing these activities and tasks, there are some rules we need to follow. So now by using what you can define all these multiple activities, tasks, and rules means with the help of the business applications only. By using this business applications only, we are able to implement all these multiple activities, tasks, and right. Okay, fine. So now here we understand what is the need of business applications and also what is meant by business process, right? And now the next point we need to understand how to implement the business applications using Power Platform. How to implement what? Business applications using Power Platform, right? So now, before going to understand this point, how to implement the business applications using Power Platform, we need to understand one more point here, guys. What we need to understand here is, while implementing the business applications, there is one process we need to follow, guys. So it is not recommended to implement the business applications by your own. There should be one process we need to follow while implementing the business applications. That process we'll call it as business applications process. That process we'll call it as what? Business applications process. So now let me show you what is the business applications process, guys. To understand this business applications process, let me go and open the architecture. Let me go and open what? Architecture. So now this is what the architecture of business applications process, architecture. So now try to understand, guys. Why, if you want to implement the business applications for any organization, this is the process we need to follow. Now let's try to understand this process. So now, while starting the implementation of business applications process, always it is recommended to start with front-end applications, guys. Always it is recommended to start with what? Front-end applications, right? This is the first step. While implementing the business applications for any organization, first always it is recommended to start with front-end applications. Front-end applications means what? Front-end applications means what? Let me give an example. Apps, website, and then chatbot. These three will come under the front-end, guys. These three will come under where? Front-end, right? So front-end applications means whichever the applications the customers are able to see with their eyes, those comes under front-end, guys. And next, once after implementing the front-end applications, second step is for what? Step 2 is for data sources. Second preference we need to give for what? Data sources. Now, what is data sources? What is data sources? Data sources is nothing but the place where the companies will store their business data. The place where the companies will go and store their business data will call it as what? Data sources. And next, step 3. Step 3 is nothing but what? Automations, guys. Once after data sources, next you need to give the preference for what? Automations. So nowadays, without doing the automations, if you are running some business means it is not easy, guys. It is not that much easy to get the profits if you are doing some business without doing some automations, right? Automation is also mandatory nowadays. So this is the third step. Once after implementing the automations, next the fourth step is what? Finally, the fourth step is data analysis. Finally, the fourth step is what? Data analysis. Now, data analysis is nothing but what? Simple, guys. Showing the data in the form of visuals or in the form of reports. Showing the data in the form of visuals or in the form of reports. So if you are showing some data in the form of visuals or reports, then we'll call it as what? Data analysis, guys. So these are the 4 steps involved in this. So now we come to know business applications process is involved in how many steps? 4 steps. Let me keep that point here, guys. So business applications process is a 4-step process. 4-step process. Business applications process is involved in how many steps? 4 steps. It is a 4-step process, guys. Now, what are the 4 steps involved in this? Step 1 is what? Always start with front-end applications. Front-end applications means what? Apps, website, and then chatbot. And next, step 2. Step 2 is nothing but what? Data sources. Right. Data sources is nothing but what? The place where the companies will store the data. And step 3 is for what? Automation. And then finally, step 4 is for what? Data analysis. And finally, step 4 is for what? data analysis, right? So these are the 4 steps involved in this case. So in these 4 steps, always you need to start with front end. Let's say, irrespective of starting with front end applications, let's say you want to start with the data analysis first. Initially, you want to start with the data analysis case. So now it is possible to start with the data analysis initially. Means it is not possible, guys. No, it is not possible. Initially, you are not able to start with data analysis. Why? Because this data analysis is depending on what? This data analysis is depending on what? Data sources. This data analysis is depending on what? Data sources. Okay, if you have the data sources, then we can do the data analysis. Means no. Again, this data sources is depending on what? Front-end applications. Again, the data sources is depending on what? Front-end applications. And next, this automation also, majority of the times, it depends on the data sources, guys. Automations depends on what? Data sources. And sometimes even it depends on the front-end applications also. So now what we understand here, these 4 steps are connected with each other internally, guys. Whatever the 4-step business applications process will have, all these 4 steps are connected with each other internally. Now, why they are connected and how they are connected, we need to understand it. You will come to know, guys. I will explain you how these 4 steps are connected with each other internally and why they are connected. You will come to know. I'll discuss, right? So for now, just keep in mind, business applications process is involved in 4 steps, and all these 4 steps are connected with each other internally. Each and every step is having some connection with another step. How they are connected, you will come to know. So let me go and mention that point here, guys. So as we come to know, business applications process is a how many step process? It's a 4-step process, right? So let me list out the 4 steps here, guys. What are the 4 steps we'll have? Step 1 is what? Front-end applications. Step 1 is what? Front-end applications. Step 2 is what? Data sources. And step 3 is what? Automation. Step 4 is what? Data analysis. Step 4 is what? Data analysis. So these are the 4 steps involved in this. Now we'll understand each and every step in detail. We'll understand about what is front-end applications. We'll understand about what is data sources. We'll understand about automation, and we'll understand about data analysis. And also we'll come to know how these steps are connected, how the data analysis is depending on the data sources, and how the data sources is depending on the front-end applications, and how the automations is depending on the data sources. You'll come to know, guys. I'll discuss, right? Fine. Now let's start implementing. This business applications process, right? So now in the business applications process, as I said, that always let's start with what? Front end. Now front end applications means what? Front end applications is nothing but apps, websites, and then chatbots, right? These 3 will comes under the front end, guys. Front end means whatever the applications customers are able to see with their eyes, those comes under the front end, right? Okay. Now let's take one more point here, guys. So in order to understand this 4-step business applications process in a better way, let us assume that we are going to implement this 4-step business applications process for one of these companies, guys. Any company you can take, either Swiggy, I say Zomato, any company you can take. So let's take one of the company, guys. I'll take Swiggy company here. Let's take an example of Swiggy company. So let us assume that we are going to implement this business applications process for which company? Swiggy company. Swiggy company is doing what business? Food business. Keep in mind these 2 points, guys. So we are going to implement this business applications process for which company? Swiggy company. Swiggy company is doing what business? Food business. Keep in mind these 2 points, guys, right? Fine. Okay. Now, Swiggy company, they are ready with front-end applications. Let us assume that they are ready with front-end applications. Let's take they are having an app and they have one website. So they are ready with front-end applications. So now if the company is ready with front-end applications, then slowly they can start doing the business, guys. If the company is ready with front-end applications, then slowly they can start doing the business. like testing their business functionality, promoting their business. Slowly they can start doing the business, right? So now, as Swiggy company is selling some food items to the customers, now let's take I'm the customer, guys, or we are the customers. Now, if we want to buy, if I want to buy some food item from Swiggy, what I need to do as a customer? As a customer, first of all, I need to download and install what? Swiggy app. I need to download and install the Swiggy app in the mobile phones, guys. In my mobile phone, I want to download and install it. Once after downloading and installing the Swiggy app, uh, I'm going to place an order. Once after downloading and installing the Swiggy app, I'm going to place an order, right? Uh, Now, once the order is placed, what happens? Okay, I'm the customer. I'm placing an order. Once the order is placed, what happens? Within 30 minutes to 1 hour, the Swiggy company will go and deliver that food item to the customer, guys. This is what we know as a customer. As a customer, we know that we are just placing an order. Once the order is placed within 30 minutes to 1 hour, Swiggy company will go and deliver the food item to us. This is what you people know as a customer. But try to understand, guys. So as a Power Platform developer, you need to understand one point here. What you need to understand here is, whenever the customer places an order, let's take whenever the customer is placing an order in the app. Now, what the customer is doing here is, customer is generating some business data for Swiggy company, guys. But customer doesn't know. But customer doesn't know that he is generating some business data for Swiggy company. Customer will know that he is placing an order, that's all. But what is happening internally, whenever the customer places an order, customer is generating some business data for Swiggy company. What kind of business data? Like orders data, guys. So what is the order ID? For each and every order, the ID will be different, guys. Unique ID will be there. What is the order ID? And what's the sales price of that order? And what's the profit of that order? By selling that food item, what's the profit the Swiggy company will get? They'll have the profits related data, and also sales data, profits data. And next, we'll have what? We'll have the food items related data, which food item customer is placing the order. Next, we'll have what? Restaurants related data, which restaurant is preparing that food. And also we'll have what? Customers related data, like who is the customer placing an order, customer name, mobile number, email ID, delivery address. So like this, it will generate some lot of information, guys, correct? So this is called as what? This is called as orders data. Orders data, or we'll call it as what? Business data. We'll call it as what? Business data. Swiggy is doing some food business, right? So I'll call it as business data or orders data. So now, where the Swiggy company will store the complete details of the order. Let's take I'm the customer. I am placing an order. If I place an order, means I am generating some business data. That is called as what? Orders data. Now, where the Swiggy company will store the complete details of the order which I placed. Try to understand, guys. So whenever the order is placed in the app, what happens internally means the complete details of the order will automatically comes into a data sources. The complete details of the order will automatically comes into the data sources. Try to understand. Whenever you place an order in the app, what is happening internally? Whatever the order you placed, the complete details of the order will automatically comes into the data sources. Data sources contains what? Orders data. Orders data is also called as what? Business data. Let me keep that point here. What the data sources contains means, data sources contains what? Business data. So now, companies will store the business data in the data sources in the form of what? Companies will store the business data in the data sources in the form of what? Tables. In the form of what? Tables. Companies will store the business data in the data sources in the form of tabular format. Guys, keep in mind this point, important. So guys, make a note. Don't consider that today's class is an introduction class. I'm teaching something else here. No, whatever I'm discussing here, this is the base fundamental topic, which you are going to understand the complete architecture of Power Platform. Don't think that it is just an introduction class. I'm teaching something else here. Very, very important topics I'm covering here, which is the basic fundamentals of complete Power Platform, right? Fine. So companies, once the order is placed in the app, where the company will store the data? The complete details of the order will be stored in the data sources in the form of what? Tables, right? Okay. So now we understand step 1 and also step 2. And step 3 is nothing but what? Automations. Automations means what? Sending the automated emails or sending the automated text messages and getting the auto approvals. This we can do automatically, guys. This we can do automatically. Now you need to understand here where the Swiggy company will go and perform the automations. Where the Swiggy company will go and perform the automations. So let me give one example, guys. Let me give one example which we know as a customers, right? So now if you observe, whenever the order is placed in the app, once the order is placed successfully in the app, you people observe, Swiggy company will send one confirmation email to you. Yes or no? Not only here, let's take even Amazon also. Once the order is placed in Amazon company will send one confirmation email to you. Yes or no? Yes, they'll send. Now, whatever the emails Swiggy company is sending to the customers, do you think that those mails are sent by the humans? Yes or no? Okay, someone please respond, online people. Whatever the mails Swiggy company is sending to the customers once the order is placed, do you think that those mails are sent by the human?
No.
No. These are not signed by the humans, guys. Whatever the mails Swiggy company is sending to the customers once the order is placed, those mails are not sent by the humans. Those are system generated emails, automated emails. Now you need to understand one point here. Why these companies are sending the emails to the customers automatically? Now, why they are not using the humans to do this work? Let me explain, guys. Because why the companies are doing some work automatically with the help of some softwares means because there are two major reasons. There are a lot of reasons, is there, guys? Two major reasons in this scenario. Now, what are those two reasons is? Let's take an example. In the Swiggy app, how many customers will place the orders in a day? Just for one day, guys. Let's take some average number. In India, complete in India, let's take major cities like Hyderabad, Bangalore, Chennai, Kolkata, Mumbai, Pune. Let's take these major cities, right? How many customers will place the orders in a day? Hundreds, thousands, lakhs. Let's take some number, guys. I'm taking some number. Let's take 50,000 orders are placed, or 50,000 customers are placing the orders. Yes, there is no doubt. Definitely, these many customers, they'll place the orders. Now, for all the 50,000 customers, for all these 50,000 customers, whenever the order is placed, Swiggy company need to send one confirmation email or not? Yes, guys, they need to send. Whenever the customer places an order, once the order is placed successfully, Swiggy company need to send one confirmation email to that user. So how many mails to the customers? 50,000 emails. Not only sending an email to the customer, guys. Once the order is placed successfully, they need to send email to the restaurant also. And also, they'll send another one more email to the customer that your order is delivered successfully. Once the order is delivered, it'll send another one more email to the customer that your order is delivered successfully. Now here, in this scenario, in this example, how many mails the Swiggy company need to send per day, in a day? It need to send 1.5 lakh mails per day, 1.5 lakh emails, right? Now, it is possible to send 1.5 lakh emails per day manually with the help of humans. Humans can able to send 1.5 lakh mails per day. No, guys. Basically, it is not possible. Basically, sending the 1.5 lakh mails per day manually with the help of humans, no. As you said that, no, it is not possible. But try to understand. But what Swiggy company decided here is, Swiggy company decided to do this work with the help of humans only. So they are hiring some big manpower. So let's take they are hiring some thousands of employees. Thousands of employees they are hiring. I will give some example, guys. Let's take an average number. Let's take Swiggy company is hiring some big manpower like 30,000 employees. So now this company is hiring the 30,000 employees for what? Just to send the emails. Maybe they can do. Now, if you have 30,000 employees in your company, now maybe they can send 1.5 lakh mails per day. Okay, here it is justified. But now try to understand the second point, guys. So what the second point here is? When the Swiggy company will send the email to the customer and to the restaurant, once the order is placed in the app, once the order is placed, immediately within the fraction of seconds, guys, there will be no delay. Once the order is placed, immediately within the fraction of seconds, they need to send the confirmation email. Hardly it will take 4 to 5 seconds, guys, not more than that. Hardly it will take 4 to 5 seconds, not more than that. Right? So now tell me, even though you have 30,000 employees, this 30,000 employees, they can send the email to the customer and to the restaurants in 4 to 5 seconds, within 4 to 5 seconds, by understanding who is the customer placing an order, what order the customer is placed, what is the food item, understanding the orders data, and then composing the email, sending that email to the customer. You can do it within 4 to 5 seconds, even though you have 30,000 employees. No, it is not possible, guys. So if you want to do this kind of work with the help of humans, no, humans are not able to do it. This kind of work we'll call it as, repeated work process. We'll call it as what? We'll call it as repeated work process. So every company will have the repeated work process, guys. This is one of the work process for Swiggy company, which we know. But if there is a company means they'll have n number of work process will be there, right? So now if you want to do this kind of work process with the help of humans, no, it is not possible. So in order to go and do this work, companies are using some systems or softwares. So if you are doing some work with the help of systems or softwares, then we'll call it as what? Automation. So when the Swiggy company will send an email to the customer means, once the order is placed in the app, what happens? The complete details of that order will comes into the data sources. The complete details of that order will comes into where? Data sources. Once the data comes here, immediately by taking that data as a reference, it will go and send one automated email to the customer. When it will send, once the order is placed, the data comes here into the data source in a fraction of a second. And once the data comes here, immediately by taking that data as a reference, Swiggy company will go and send one information email to the customer, right? So this is how, where the Swiggy company will go and perform the automations. And next, finally, data analysis, guys. Data analysis means what? Data analysis means creating the visuals or the reports. Or I can say that showing the data in the form of visuals or in the form of reports. Showing that data in the form of visuals or in the form of reports. So nowadays, most of the companies are preferred to analyze their business data or prefer to analyze their business data in the form of what? Visuals or reports, guys. Nowadays, most of the companies are preferred to analyze the data in the form of visuals or reports, right? So now if you want to create the visuals or reports, first of all, we need to have the data. Now someone can answer, guess, where the companies will store the data? Already we know. Where the company will store the data?
Data sources.
Data sources, correct. So as we know that already I said that here, where the companies will store the data means in the data sources. Now I said that here, in the data sources, companies will store the data in the form of what? Tables. Companies will store the data in the form of what? Tables. Now, let us take an example. Here I'm having one table, guys. As I am discussing about sales data or orders data, let's take same table here. I'm having some orders table, guys, or sales table. Both are same. And let us consider in this table, I'm having 10 million rows is there. How many rows? 10 million. 10 million means it is not a less number, guys. Huge number of rows is there. Now, if you have the data in the form of tables, then it is not possible to analyze the data, guys. If the data is in the form of tables, it is not possible to analyze it. Tables are just used to store the data, not for analysis purpose. Why? Because if the data is in the form of tables, it is not easy to analyze the data, right? So now, in order to go and understand the data in a better way, what companies are doing, whatever the data is there in the form of tables, they are showing the data in the form of visuals or reports. Whatever the data is there in the form of tables, they are showing the data in the form of what? Visuals or reports. Now, once after showing the data in the form of visuals or reports, then what the companies will do? By seeing these visuals or reports, companies will go and analyze the data. By seeing these visuals or reports, companies will do what? they'll go and analyze the data, right? So this is what's meant by data analysis, guys. So to perform the data analysis, we need to create the visuals or reports. To create the visuals, from where we'll take the data sources. From where we will get the data and data sources? We'll get the data from the apps, from the front-end applications, right? Fine. So let me show you one report here, guys. I'll open one report so that you'll understand in a better way. Let me open one report. Right, I'm opening one report here. And in this report, I'm showing the same data, orders data case. As I'm discussing about sales data and orders data, I'm taking the same example. Here, I'm having one table case. There is a table called orders table. I'm having one table here called what? Orders table. In this table, I'm having near 10,000 orders data is there, like order ID, order date, ship date. I'm having the different columns. So now let's take a simple example. I'll give some simple example to you. There is a column, region column, guys. Simple example. Here, there is a column called region column. And these are the different regions where they are doing the business. Now I want to know region wise, what is the sales and percentage of sales? What is the sales amount and the percentage of the sales? Now it is possible for you to understand what is the sales by region and percentage if the data is in the form of tables. No, guys, it is not possible. It is not easy. It is not possible to understand the data if it is in the form of tables. So what I'll do here, I'm whatever the data is there in the form of table, I'm showing the data here in the form of visuals. So this complete is one report, guys. This complete is one report. This complete is one report. Uh, Now these are all the visuals. These are all the visuals. What report is? Sales analysis report. Now you can see here clearly what is the total number of products they're selling. 38,000 products they sell. Total sales, total profit, total orders placed, total discounts you are providing to the customer, and the sales by category. Say, category wise, what is the sales, and region wise sales. You can see here how much time it will take for you to understand region wise what sales they are doing. If the data is in the form of visual, fraction of second. In a fraction of second, I can say that this is the region which is doing the highest sales. This is the region which is doing what? Less sales. And if you want to show the percentage, simple. When I hover the mouse here, it is opening some tooltip and it is showing the sales and percentage also. All right. So here it will take some fraction of seconds to understand the data. But here it is possible. If you want to understand the region wise what sales, no guys, it is not possible. So like this, nowadays, most of the companies are preferred to analyze the data in the form of visuals or reports. If you want to create this kind of report, or if you want to create this kind of visuals, must and should we need to have what? Data. So to create the visuals, from where you will take the data? We'll take the data from the data sources. So this is all about this 4-step business applications process, guys. Now for any company, this 4-step business applications process is mandatory, right? Fine. So let me go on down. Keep here. Whatever the points I covered still now, let me go and mention those points here, guys. I said that front-end applications means what? Front-end applications means what? Front-end applications is nothing but creating the apps, websites, and then chatbots, right? And next, data sources. I said that what is meant by data sources? The place where the companies will store their business data is known as data sources, right? And then automation. What is meant by automation now? Automation is nothing but doing certain repeated work automatically without any human interactions, doing certain work automatically without any human interactions, right? And then finally, data analysis. I said that what's meant by data analysis? It is one process, guys. The process of converting the business data, into actionable information. Actionable information means what? Visuals or reports, guys. So why I'm calling this visuals or reports as an actionable information means, because by seeing the visuals or reports, companies will take some actions, guys. Let me give an example here. Let's say by seeing this visual, they can understand South is the region which is doing very less sales. So immediately they'll take an action now. So they'll conduct one meeting with the South region sales manager, and they'll come to know why you are doing very less sales in the South region. And next, they'll take another action, how to increase the sales. So to increase the sales in the South region, they'll take some necessary actions, right? So by seeing the visuals, as companies are taking some actions, that's why I'm calling it as what? Actionable information, right? Fine, guys. Now, this is all about what is this 4-step business applications process. Now my requirement, okay. Now my requirement, I want to understand this four step business how I want to understand how to implement this 4-step business applications process with the help of Power Platform. How to implement the business applications process using Power Platform. So I need to understand using Power Platform how to implement this 4-step business applications process. Now let's try to understand this. Let's try to understand. So first, let me keep here what is Power Platform. So as we know, guys, already here we understand Power Platform for what? It is used to implement the business applications, right? So let me go and mention the same point here. So as we know that what is Power Platform means, Microsoft Power Platform is used to Microsoft Power Platform is used to implement the business applications process of an organization, right? It is used to implement the business applications process of the organization, right? As we know. And now let's start understanding this. Let me copy it, paste it here. Now I need to understand how to implement this business applications process using Power Platform. This is what we need to know, right, guys? Before going to understand how to implement it using Power Platform, first let me discuss about the Power Platform architecture. If you have the knowledge on the architecture, then it is easy for you to understand how to implement the business applications process, right? Fine, okay. So what is the architecture of Power Platform? This is what the architecture, right? So first keep in mind 2 points here, guys. You need to keep in mind 2 points here. What are the 2 points we need to keep in mind here is, the first point, as we know, Power Platform is used for what? Power Platform is used for what? To implement the 4-step business applications process. It is used to implement the 4-step business applications process. This is the first point. Second point we need to understand here, Power Platform means Power Platform, it is not a single software, guys. If you are thinking that Power Platform means it is a single software, no. Power Platform means it is not a single software. Power Platform means it is a collection of softwares. There are different softwares in the Power Platform. What are the different softwares we'll have and what is the use of them? You'll understand. For now, keep in mind these 2 points, guys, right? Okay. And now let's start understanding the architecture. As we know, Power Platform is used for what? To implement the business applications process. Now in the business applications process, as I said that always it is recommended to start with what? Front end. Always it is recommended to start with what? Front end applications. Always it is recommended to start with the front end applications, right? So this is the step 1. Front end applications means what? Apps, websites, and chatbots. Now, to create the front-end applications, there are different softwares here we have. What are those? One is Power Apps. Second one is Power Pages. Next, third one is Power Virtual Agent. These are the three softwares we'll have to implement what? Front-end applications. One software front-end. Second step is what? Data sources. Now, what is the data source software we'll have? So first of all, data sources means what? The place where the company will store the data. So now, if you want to store the business data within the Power Platform, if you want to store the business data within the Power Platform, then go and use what, guys? Go and use Dataverse. What is Dataverse means? Dataverse is an inbuilt data storage software within the Power Platform. So if you want to store the business data within the Power Platform, go and use what? Dataverse. So it is an inbuilt software, guys. So if you want, you can use it. Otherwise, you don't use it. Other than Dataverse, even it will support the different data sources to store the data, like SQL Server, SharePoint, Oracle, MySQL, Excel, CSV, SAP HANA, Dynamics 365. So it like this, it will support hundreds and thousands of data sources to store the data, right? Not one or two, guys, hundreds and thousands of data sources it will support to store the data. But what is inbuilt? Inbuilt is Dataverse. And next, this is step 2. Now, once after data sources, next third step is what? Automations. Now, to perform the automations, go and use what? Power Automate. To perform the automations, go and use what? Power Automate. So let me keep here. To perform the automations, go and use what? Power Automate. And next, finally, the fourth step is what? Data analysis. Now, to perform the data analysis, go and use what? Microsoft Power BI. I think all of you people, most of you people will know this Power BI. At least greater than 50% of students will know. So to create, so what is Power BI? Power BI is to create the visuals or the reports, which is used for what? Data analysis purpose. Which is used for what? Data analysis purpose. So now, what we understand, Power Platform, it is not a single software. It is a collection of softwares. These are all the different softwares in the Power Platform. With the help of this collection of softwares, we are able to implement the 4-step business applications process. Now, let me go and mention that point here, guys. As we come to know, Power Platform is not a single software. Power Platform is a collection of softwares. It is a collection of softwares. What are the different softwares we'll have? Let me list out all those here, guys. I'll list out all those. One is Power Apps, Power Automate, Power BI, Power Pages, Power Virtual Agent. The sixth one is Dataverse, right? Right. So, okay, these are the different softwares we'll have. How many? 6 softwares is there. Now we need to understand, with the help of this collection of softwares, how to implement this 4-step business applications process. With the help of this collection of softwares, we'll understand how to implement the 4-step business applications process. Right. Now let's start implementing this. First, start with front end. In the front end, first I want to create what? Apps. Now to create the apps, go and use which software? Power Apps. So what is Power Apps now? Power Apps is used to create apps or the forms within the Power Platform. Within the Power Platform. If you want to create the apps or the forms within the Power Platform, go and use what? Power Apps. And next, second, I want to create the websites. To create the websites, go and use what? Power Pages, right? Now, what is Power Pages? Power Pages is used to create the secured web pages, guys. Let me keep that point here. Power Pages is to create the secured web pages. So here in the Power Platform terminology, we don't call it as websites, guys. We'll call it as what? Web pages, right? Fine, okay. And then next I want to create the chartboard. To create the chartboards, go and use what? Power Virtual Agent. What is Power Virtual Agent? Power Virtual Agent is used to create the AI chatbots. It is used to create what? AI chatbots. Chatbot means what? It is just like a customer support case. It is just like what? Customer support, right? Okay, right. Now I done with front end. Next step 2 is what? Data sources. Now already said that what is the inbuilt data storage software will have? Dataverse. So now what is Dataverse? Let me keep here. Dataverse is a database software. It is a database software which is used to store the business data within the Power Platform. So if you want to store the business data within the Power Platform, then go and use what? Dataverse, right? Fine. Okay. And next I want third step. Third step is what? Automations. Now to perform the automations, go and use what? Power Automate. To perform the automations, go and use what? Power Automate. So now what is Power Automate? Power Automate is an automation software which is used to automate the repeated work process, right? Simple case. So as I said that already, every company will have some repeated work process. Now I want to automate that process. To automate that process, I need to have an automation software. What that software I'm using here? Power Automate. So Power Automate is an automation software which is used to automate what? Repeated work process, right? Fine. And next, one more point. Finally, data analysis. Now to perform the data analysis, go and use which software? Power BI. What is Power BI now? Let me keep here. What is Power BI? Power BI is a data analytics software. It is a data analytics software, which is used for what? Which is used to analyze the business data stored in data sources. Whatever the business data stored in the data sources, to analyze the data, we are using which software? Power BI, right? Fine. So now, with the help of this collection of softwares in the Power Platform, we are able to implement this 4-step business applications process or not? Yes, we can. So we understand with the help of this collection of softwares how to implement this 4-step business applications process, right? Fine. Okay. And also one more point, guys. Whatever the 6 softwares and their usages I mentioned here, the same 6 points I mentioned at the beginning of the class. Have you observed or not? I said that within the Power Platform, what we can do? I said that we can create the apps. Now to create the apps, go and use what? Power Apps software. To create the websites, go and use what? Power Pages. To create a chatbot, go and use what? Power Virtual Agent. And to do the automations, go and use what? Power Automate. And to store the data, go and use what? Dataverse. And to perform the data analysis, go and use what? Power BI. So whatever the 6 points I listed here in the beginning of the session, I said that these are all the things which you are going to implement in the Power Platform. That's what the same I mentioned here. So now clearly we understand what is Power Platform, what is meant by business applications, and how to implement these business applications using Power Platform. And also we understand the Power Platform architecture. And then here we understand who will use Power Platform and who will hire the Power Platform developers. And also here we come to know that what is the need of business applications, why the companies need to go and implement the business applications before going to start the business. What's the need? We understand. And also we understand how to implement this process using Power Platform. So this is all about Power Platform introduction, guys. The complete introduction to what? Power Platform. So now I'm done with the today's session. So let me conclude it. So as I said that in today's class, you'll be understanding the complete introduction to Power Platform. So in today's class, we understand about what is Power Platform, what is business applications, how to implement business applications using Power Platform architecture, and also what are the things which you can implement in the Power Platform, and then who will use Power Platform, who will hire the Power Platform developers. These are all the points which we covered in a detailed way, right? Fine. So now make a note. So I'm done with the session. I'll take the questions now. Before going take the questions, please make it. Yes. So consider today is the demo. Right? Introduction to Power Platform. So when the new batch will start, guys? New batch will start from when? Let me copy and paste it from here. To write everything, it will take some lot of time. So I'll just copy and paste it. Just copy from here to here. Copy from here to here. Just copy it. And then go here, paste it. Copy, paste. And now make a note. So when the new batch will start, guys? New batch will start from mostly on 5th of August. That is on this coming Wednesday. New batch will start from when? Coming Wednesday. This Wednesday will start the, right? So new batch will start from Wednesday. And the batch timing is morning 9 to 10:30 a.m. Guys. Batch timing is what? Morning 9 to 10:30. As today is the demo, I'm taking for 11 o'clock. But from Wednesday onwards, we'll start the batch. So this is the batch start date, and the timing is 9 a.m. 9 to 10:30 a.m. Daily 1 to 1.5 hour session, guys. So it depends on the content we are discussing. Based on the content we are discussing, the session will be from 1 hour to 1.5 hour sessions will be there, right? It's fine. So next coming 2 more classes are free, guys. So you have the access to attend the 3 free classes. How many classes you can attend for free? 3 free classes. Today is the first class. Coming 2 more classes you can attend for free. That is Wednesday and Thursday. It is free of cost, guys. So what I'll discuss there in the coming 2 more free classes, I'll discuss practicals. What I'll discuss there? Practicals. So practically at a high level, I'll show you how the Power Platform software will work. How to implement this 4-step business applications process with the help of this collection of softwares. So I know today I discussed theoretical skills. I haven't shown you even 1 point practical. So what I'll do in the next coming 2 to 3 classes is I'll show you practically at a high level how the Power Platform software will work. So as we are going to discuss some practicals in the coming classes, so as it is free of cost, so try to attend them, guys, so that you'll get some practical knowledge, right? Fine. So this is about the new batch drills. So continuation of today's class is on when? Wednesday. At what time? Morning 9 to 10:30, daily 1 to 1.5 hour session, right? And next, coming to today's class. So regarding today's class, I will send one mail with you now. After completion of this class, you will receive an email, guys. In that mail, what you will get? Today's class notes. This complete class notes, I will share it with you, right? And also, I'll share today's class video, today's class recorded video also I will share. And also I'll share the course content. I think all of you received the content. If not, anyway, I will share it. So this is the course content, guys. This is the course content. So clearly I listed here what are the topics I'm going to cover in the coming classes. I'll request you people go and walk through these contents. So topic wise, clearly I listed what I'm going to cover. So it will be around 15 pages of content. So you people go and walk through it once so that you'll understand what I'm going to cover, right? And next, course duration. How many months the duration is? 2 months, guys. 2 months is the duration, daily 1 to 1.5 hour session. Weekdays, Monday to Friday. Mostly Saturdays and Sundays, we don't have the classes. And next point, how many months we have the access for the live classes, guys? Live classes access is up to 6 months from the date of joining. Within, see here, within 2 months, we'll complete the course. There is no doubt in that. But even after completion of the course, you have the access to attend the live classes up to 6 months, guys. You can attend the multiple batches. So it is not mandatory that you are joining in the 9 a.m. batch. You need to attend the classes in only 9 a.m. guys. No. So we have another slot in the evening 7:30. Even you can attend the classes there also. Up to 6 months, you can attend the classes n number of multiple times. in multiple batches. There is no restrictions for you, right? And okay. And next, I said that 2 months is the duration, right? 2 months is the duration. Now, in this 2 month, what skills you are going to learn? Skills you are going to learn the 2 months, guys. So we are going to concentrate more on Power Apps and Power Automate. In this complete Power Platform tools, we are going to discuss what in this 2 months? We are going to discuss Power Apps and Power Automate, guys. In Power Apps, we are going to concentrate on the Canvas apps. And in Power Automate, we are going to concentrate on the model run apps. So we are going to concentrate more on this Power Apps and the Power Automate, guys, right? So now, once after completion of this curriculum, whatever the 2 months curriculum, first let me mention this point. So we will be discussing from basics to advanced, guys. You will be learning every concept from basics to advanced. So once after completion of this course, you people can comfortably keep maximum of 3 years of relevant experience. 3 years of relevant experience in Power Apps and Power Automate. That much knowledge you can gain here, guys. There is no compromise in the point of delivering the content, right? So once after completion of this course, after 2 months, you are getting the knowledge, how the knowledge of 3 years experienced professionals, how much knowledge they'll have, that kind of knowledge you'll get here, so that you can keep maximum 3 years of experience with this training. Now, along with Power Apps and Power Automate, we are going to concentrate few databases like SharePoint. We are going to discuss SharePoint concepts, which are required for us in Power Apps and Power Automate. We are going to discuss Dataverse concepts, which are required in Power Apps and Power Automate. And we are going to use the SQL. These are the 3 data sources we are going to take as a data sources. We are going to take these 3 databases in Power Apps and Power Automate. These are all the skills you are going to learn in this 2 months of course, guys. Okay, fine, okay. And next, coming to the registered students, those who got registered with us, those who got registered. So daily you will get the class notes, guys. Every class notepad will share. Every class running notes you will get. And most importantly, all recordings, guys. Every class recording you will get. And how many years you have the access? 2 years. 2 years you have the access for the recordings, guys. And next we'll share the interview question answers for each topic wise, and we'll share the resumes templates, and also we'll provide the projects for you to keep it in your resumes, and also we'll conduct mock interviews. These are all the things you will get, those who got registered, guys. Now, apart from that, additionally what you'll get, bonus, guys, license. So if you want to practice Power Apps and Power Automate or SharePoint, Dataverse, these tools, if you want to practice them, then you need to have the Microsoft 365 developer account, guys. So if you want to purchase this account, then it will be costing around $5,000+ per month, guys. Sorry, not dollars, 5,000 Indian rupees. 5,000 plus, it will cost around more than 5,000. So you don't want to purchase this license, guys. So I will provide the license to you up to 6 months. We'll provide the licenses for you up to 6 months for practice. You don't want to pay any additional amount to us. So it is free of cost. We'll provide the licenses up to 6 months for practice. And also, as I mentioned, along with the license, you'll get what? Live classes access. Basically, 2 months is the duration. After completion of course also, you have the access to attend the live classes up to 6 months from the date of joining. That means if you join today, from today onwards, up to 6 months, you have the access to attend the live classes. So these are all the things you'll get, those who got registered with us, right? And these are the skills you are going to learn. And next, coming to the Power Platform training, guys. Regarding Power Platform training, we have one WhatsApp community here. There is a community. So in that community, I'll post the latest Power Platform updates, training updates, guys. So if you people wants to get the latest updates regarding the Power Platform training, you can join in the community, guys, so that you'll be getting the latest updates in your WhatsApp. Not only the update, guys, even today's class video, today's class notes, and next new batch details, everything I'll update in the community, so that you'll get the updates into your WhatsApp community, right? So people who haven't joined please join the community. I'm keeping the community link in the chat box, guys, right? And if you have any questions regarding the fees details and also the batch timings, other batch timings, you can reach out to my team, guys. I am providing the front office team details also here in the chat box. If you want, you can reach out to my team, right? Fine. Okay. Now we'll go the questions, guys. We'll go the questions. Now, before going to take the questions from your end, the most commonly asking question, is there any prerequisite to learn Power Apps and Power Automate? Is there any prerequisites to learn Power Apps and Power Automate? The answer is no. No prerequisites to learn Power Apps and Power Automate, guys. You don't require any prior knowledge, any programming languages or any IT knowledge. No, it is not required. You don't require any prior knowledge to learn Power Apps and Power Automate. Why? Because here in Power Apps and Power Automate, majority of the work, 60 to 70% of the work, 60 to 70% of work will be done just by using some GUI options, guys. Will be done by using what? Will be done by using some GUI options. And remaining 30 to 40% of work will be done by using some functions. Will be done by using what? Some functions. Functions means simple functions like Excel, guys, right? So it doesn't mean that you need to have the knowledge in Excel. No, not required. Even without having the knowledge, every function I'll discuss from the basic, right? Fine. Okay. So as majority of the work will be done using drag and drop, and remaining work will be done using just by some functions. So you people doesn't require any knowledge to learn Power Apps and Power Automate, guys. Any prior knowledge is not required. So anybody can learn this. Freshers, people those who have some career gap, people who wants to switch their careers from one technology to another technology, who are working in non-IT, want to convert into IT, and people those who are working in the domains like SharePoint, Power BI, CRM tools like Dynamics, and people those who are working in .NET. So these people mostly they will try to learn this curriculum because here it is very easy to learn this content, right? Fine. So I'll stop here today. So when will be the continuation of today's class? So continuation of today's class is on Wednesday, 5th of August. At what time? Morning 9 to 10:30 a.m. So what I'll discuss there? Practicals. Practically we'll understand how to implement this 4-step business applications. Right? So I'll take the questions, guys. Before going to take the questions, so for your batch, for the batch which I'm going to start from Wednesday, for this batch, we have an offer. I want to show you that offer here. We have an offer here. So what's that offer is? Let me copy something from here, guys. I'll just copy it from here. So for this batch, we are opening the pre-registrations, pre-registration concept. Right, just copy this and I'll paste it here. For this batch, we have an offer. So actual course fees is 18,000, guys. Complete Power Apps, Power Automate, this skills, 2 months. The course fees is what? 18,000 is the fee. So we have we are opening the pre-registrations for this batch. So this pre-registrations is only for 22 students. Per batch, it is only 20 students, guys, not more than 20. So for each batch, we'll have only 20 students, not more than that. So for this batch, we are opening the pre-registrations. So people who join, who register, people those who got register before starting the batch. People those who register before the new batch, which I'm going to start from Wednesday. People those who got registered before the batch start. So you'll get an offer price of 13,000, guys. So you'll get how much discount? 5,000 as a discount here. You'll get the 5,000 as a discount. So you have an offer fee of 13,000. So who can this offer whom it is benefit? People those who came through reference, right? I think few people came through reference here in this demo. right? So you people already, as you are coming through reference, you people will know already what is our teaching standards, what's the quality of training we'll provide. So if you are, I think you already committed to join the courses, right? So for them, it will be more helpful case. So actual course fees is that 18,000. And for this batch, we are opening the pre-registrations. For each batch, we have 20 students, not more than that. And people, those who got registered before starting the new batch on Wednesday, you will get the course fee of rupees what? 13,000. You'll get 5,000 as a discount here. So people, those who want to opt this offer, you can just reach out to my front office team and you can enroll for the batches before going to start it, right? Fine, okay. Now I'll go with the questions, guys. Now let's go with the questions. Online people, now if you have any questions in today's class, yes, you can please raise your hands and I'll talk to you one-on-one.